Why post the photo? If you don't want the likes, the comments, the thirst, the simps, the haters, all of the above, don't post the photo. You post that, you're looking for all of the comments.
What happens when a WNBA player prioritizes Instagram likes over improving her game? Angel Reese's recent antics have fans facepalming hard enough to make her take drastic steps. Instead of hitting the gym, Reese is busy strutting red carpets, ranting about her salary, and, after backlash, deleting her social media. Her latest stunt has sparked heated debates, highlighting the stark difference between her and Caitlin Clark. While Reese is preoccupied with her online presence, Clark is shattering records and embodying the grind. Clark's dedication is reminiscent of a Rocky Balboa montage, but in a basketball jersey. Whether she's perfecting her three-point shot, refining her moves, or engaging in charity work, Clark's balanced approach reflects her commitment to both her sport and her values. Two players, two entirely different paths. But it gets more interesting. Wait until you hear what WNBA legend Sue Bird had to say about all this.
Really fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are two great examples.
You know what's fascinating? While one WNBA rookie is busy hitting the delete button on Instagram, another is erasing her competition on the court. Let's dive into this tale of two contrasting off-seasons. On one side, Angel Reese seems more focused on the spotlight than the sport. On the other, Caitlin Clark is embracing the grind, steadily improving her craft. This comparison highlights a critical point: how an athlete spends their off-season can shape their future. Reese's focus on her personal brand has drawn criticism, while Clark's dedication to her game is earning her respect across the league. With such different approaches, it's no wonder fans are taking sides. One thing's for sure: their paths couldn't be more different.
Like so much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands. And it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA, and so everything's just bigger.
Let's start with Angel Reese, aka the Bayou Barbie. Reese's personality and style have made her a social media star, but her game seems to be taking a backseat. Her latest attention-grabbing move? A mocha-colored, animal print gown with a thigh-high slit that generated more headlines than her on-court performances. While Reese has every right to showcase her fashion sense, fans were not impressed, calling her priorities into question. The backlash isn't just about the outfit, it's about what it represents. Critics argue that Reese spends more time curating her brand than improving her inside game, and the results are starting to show. Basketball fans want to see effort and skill on the court, not a never-ending parade of Instagram-worthy outfits. With her focus scattered, Reese risks losing the support of those who believed in her potential.
How can you wear that and also complain and post it and also complain that you don't like being sexualized? What is the take here?
You know, it's funny. I just did another show right before this one, and we talked about how this younger generation just wants to cry and be victims about everything.
If you've been following Angel Reese, you might have noticed her Instagram account disappeared faster than her hopes of dominating the WNBA. Why? Her New Year's Eve outfit was seen as too spicy for a professional athlete. Reese's decision to delete her account left fans and critics alike wondering if she's more focused on her image than her sport. While Reese continues to serve looks on TikTok and Twitter, some are asking when she'll refocus on the court. For an athlete with so much potential, it's disheartening to see the spotlight shift from her game to her social media choices. If Reese wants to silence the critics, it's time to let her basketball skills do the talking.
I understand. You want to wear it, you feel great about it, you got a great body, you play in the WNBA, but you cannot cry. You cannot say anything. I mean, have you seen some of her TikTok posts? Like, she's literally held up an outline after getting waxed. You can literally see all of her business there outlined in blue wax. And I'm like, oh yes, please tell me how sexualized you are. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Reese's growing list of critics highlights a common theme. Her focus on social media seems to overshadow her commitment to basketball. Lip-syncing videos and glamorous photo shoots have become her trademark, while her on-court skills appear stagnant. Critics are comparing her to a Kardashian with a jump shot, but without the consistent athletic performance to back it up. Reese's brand-building efforts aren't inherently wrong. Athletes today are more than just players. However, the balance is crucial. When basketball takes a backseat, fans and teammates start losing faith. Reese has undeniable talent, but if she doesn't prioritize it, she risks becoming more of a social media influencer than a WNBA star, focused on the spotlight than the sport. On the other, Caitlin Clark is embracing the grind, steadily improving her craft. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark is living up to the hype. While she participates in some off-court activities, like charity events and golf, her primary focus remains her game. Clark's off-season routine is intense, packed with skill drills, strength training, and relentless practice. Her approach is a reminder that hard work beats hype. Instead of perfecting her poses for Instagram, Clark is honing her basketball craft. She's working to stay ahead in a competitive league, making her dedication stand out. While some players might focus on the spotlight, Clark is focused on ensuring her skills shine on the court.
Got a new coach who's going to give you new looks, new game plans. You've got another year with Aaliyah Boston, likely Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Ho. And then you've got the moves that the Fever can make in the offseason, whether it be free agency or the draft, to bolster the roster.
Clark isn't just maintaining her impressive game, she's leveling up. From improving her shooting accuracy to adding a mid-range floater and refining her left-hand game, Clark's commitment to growth is evident. It's as though she's building an empire, one workout at a time. In contrast, Reese's focus on Instagram feels like building a house of cards, impressive but fragile. Clark's tireless work ethic shows what it takes to stay at the top of your game. While Reese might benefit from a legend's advice, Clark already embodies the mindset of a true professional.
They're in that world. And so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your vehicle.
Speaking of advice, WNBA legend Sue Bird recently weighed in on the debate. Without naming names, Bird delivered a message that seemed aimed directly at Reese. Bird emphasized the importance of balancing personal branding with on-court performance. She pointed to LeBron James as a prime example, someone who juggles massive off-court commitments while never skipping a workout. Bird's point is clear: a strong brand means nothing if your game doesn't back it up. Her words should serve as a wake-up call for players prioritizing social media over basketball.
Vehicle to Angel Reese has a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlin ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. So you always want to make sure that part doesn't fall.
Bird's message wasn't just about missing a few workouts, it was about the big picture. She stressed the long-term importance of focusing on the game, not just the camera. Bird's advice is grounded in experience. She knows what it takes to build a lasting career. Her comments serve as a reminder that basketball isn't just about today's highlight reel, but also about tomorrow's legacy. For players like Reese, the choice is clear: shift the focus back to basketball or risk losing the respect of fans and peers alike.
It's a balance. You have to find that balance. But when you look at some of the other athletes, particularly men, who've set a little bit of a blueprint in terms of the business and the sport, you never see LeBron miss a workout.
While Bird delivers pearls of wisdom, Reese is busy with red carpet appearances, podcast interviews, and salary complaints. It's as if she's auditioning for a reality TV show rather than focusing on becoming a WNBA standout. Bird's advice isn't just talk. It comes from years of watching players rise and fall based on their priorities. For Reese, this is a critical moment. Will she listen to Bird's advice or continue down a path that might cut her career short?
A lot of the videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual men, grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here. And I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. This is... she plays under the basket, or we thought she was playing under the basket.
Reese's critics argue that her obsession with media visibility is starting to show on the court. Blooper reels and edited training montages aren't enough to convince fans she's serious about basketball. There's nothing wrong with building a brand, but when it overshadows your game, alarm bells should ring. Meanwhile, Clark remains focused, grinding away and letting her skills speak for themselves. Reese could take a page from Clark's book: hard work and consistency always win.
She's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself, who ran their best player out of town. The coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy, showing up